Luna. Hey, who's my Luna? Who's my Spiky? There we go. Happy New Year, everybody, from Spike and Luna, and from the sheep. I don't know where the rest of them are. They're over there. And we're getting another snowstorm tonight. Looks like a boy. Who's my Loony? Who's my Loony girl? Oh, Loony's gonna lay down and hang out with us. That's good. That's so good. That's a good boy. Oh, that's a good. Hey, Spike. Spiky. Spike. Hey. Oh yeah. There we go. There's some pictures. Aw, Luna. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh, look at this. Look, we got a little guy right here. He's like, what? Can we cuddle? Can the sheep cuddle too? Or is this just a dog thing? Oh, Luna's come to the other side. Hi, Luna. Hi. We had a nice walk. I've been so busy mowing that I haven't spent quality time with the dogs. But they're all in one place. And I think we're gonna winter here. Okay, I hope. Yeah. What, you don't have a barn? No, we don't have a barn. Barns cost money. Land costs money. What if you don't need a barn or land, but could actually make a living farming, being paid to graze your animals on a solar place? Like, that's pretty cool. And then when you have something to sell, direct market it, and boom, you're not doing commodities. You got a base income, and you're not deep in debt. Here comes Looney. Hey, baby. Who's my girl? Who's my girl? Who's my good girl? She's got hay in her face. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now Spike wants his tummy rubbed. I don't want this big paw in my face. That's what I don't want. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that picture. We got some gold here. We got some winter gold. Who's a good boy? This beautiful girl here. That's one of Corey's. Half Dorper, half Katahdin. Not Dorper. Dorset. Dorset. I had the D-O-R. Yeah. All right. I think we got some really spectacular pictures here. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Who's a good boy? Who's a good girl? I gotta put my glove back on. Well, here we are. Happy New Year. Mark Shepard, Healing Pastures, and Mark Shepard Songs. Two YouTube channels that basically carry my two competing loves. I don't know if they compete. Maybe they support each other. I tend to think they support each other. Sometimes it feels a little bit frustrating that I have all these songs and I'm working on recording them, and sometimes I get too busy with the farm to record. I just, the farm takes so much energy and attention, particularly as I'm learning new things and dealing with some serious health issues with the sheep, dealing with these snails that carry this liver fluke and brain flukes, and trying to figure out a strategy so that I can function in this environment. This valley that I live in is
very flat. It's a glacial plain, essentially. There's a lot of clay. There's a lot of low spots that just collect water. And over the years, a lot of the farmers around here have tiled their fields to get better drainage, because the soil just doesn't drain. And what that means is it's highly conducive to snails. And the snails carry a number of different parasites, and the sheep are susceptible to that, particularly sheep that have been raised dependent on our modern medications and stuff. So just reflecting back on a really challenging year, and then beginning to put together the songs into a video album, and seeing how the songs and the music kept me grounded, kept me sane when my sheep were just dying right and left, and the ability to express emotions and to understand that farming is challenging and other people are going through challenging things, dealing with life and death, and circumstances in their lives that threaten their sanity, their well-being, their health. And for me, I want to give back to the world in a way that makes a positive difference. But I also have to do it in a way that doesn't pull me down, right? So there's a lot of things going on. And at the same time, my dad is 98 and he's doing really well. But that's a whole other challenge. My girlfriend is 4 hours away, and a lot of what I'm doing by myself. And I like being alone. I'm an introvert. Being with a lot of people tends to wear me out, but at the same time, whenever I work with my friend Joel, or his son Luke, or my friend Corey, I just realize how alone I am in many ways. But we're all alone. Like, no one else is inside this meat suit, right? And finding a way to function with the neurology that I was born with, and the realization that I come from a whole long line of people who, if they were in school today, my entire family would be labeled as autistic. I had a great-grandfather who lost an arm in a farming machine, right? He was a farmer, but he was also a horse guy. He raced standard-bred horses, and he would drive his own horse at the county fairs, even with one arm, and he was obsessed with horse racing, right? So this whole obsession thing is very autistic, very Asperger's. And then his son, my grandfather, brilliant man, very intelligent, the valedictorian of his high school in a rural school district back before small towns were decimated by modern farming practices, right? It was a big school. It meant something to be the valedictorian. It wasn't like a 4-kid school, right? And he wanted to go to college, and his father, the horse racing guy, was like, nope, you're going to stay home and run the farm. Like, he wasn't given a choice. Your younger brother will go to college, right? And that was a time when if you went to college, you pretty much were guaranteed work. Like, there weren't enough college-educated people at that time. And then my dad and my grandfather was absolutely obsessed with baseball. Like, he knew every baseball player from the beginning of baseball to, his day. And he wanted also to be a professional baseball player. And of course that didn't work. So this whole long line of obsession, of OCD, which I call obsessive compulsive distinction. Maybe it's not a disorder. Very intelligent people who are willing to always to try a new thing, try a different way, try a better way. And then my dad, who as a kid was sick and became, when he was a teenager, he elected to have his leg amputated because it was killing him. And because he was around doctors all the time, he wanted to be a doctor. He's always been interested in health, right? A sick guy interested in health. And so his lifelong obsession, once he kind of discovered that he needed to take care of himself, was health and nutrition. I mean, he is absolutely obsessed with it. It's crazy, so. And then for me, the music came in from my mother's side, and music has always been something that basically hijacks me. Like, I don't listen to music in the background. I sit and listen to music. I focus on music. So when I perform and people are talking in the background, it's a big challenge for me because it feels like they're not really getting it or appreciating it or valuing it. And so my neurology is I pull back when I offer something to the world and people don't like it or appreciate it. I just pull back, I hide my feelings a lot because they're not acceptable to other people. I feel things extremely intensely, and then I have to kind of work it through. And for me, being out with the animals and outside, touching grass, touching snow, grounding myself, physical labor, things that have to get done, whether or not I'm happy or sad, that's a powerful key to my own health, my own happiness. I have all these thoughts, all these ideas. I learn, I read constantly. I'm constantly reading and learning about farming. I'm constantly reading and learning about money and finances and Bitcoin and our monetary system. Like, I want to share what I've learned, but I also don't want to be that guy. Right? He's like, you should, blah, 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 blah. People are into what they're into. But I want to create a record, if only for my own kids when I'm gone. But we have the ability today with these phones. I'm literally just holding my phone in my hand and capturing these thoughts. First day of the new year, 2026. Last year was the toughest year of my life, but it was, in retrospect, a great year. I really finally got that I cannot put my sheep anywhere near snails. Like, if I see one frickin' snail, like, sorry. We either have to run chickens and ducks before the sheep, or we have to get the sheep someplace drier and then come back during a drought. That seemed to work. So that was a huge lesson. But, there's no YouTube videos anywhere about these snails. Nobody's talking about it. Maybe it's a localized problem, but this one guy that I talked to, Will Winter, who is an alternative vet, basically said, now you understand that sheep did not evolve in wet areas, right? Sheep and goats are kind of evolved in semi-arid areas that were not swamps, right? They don't wallow in mud like pigs. They don't like mud. They don't like water. They don't like getting their feet wet. And the other big issue is I bought these sheep from these lovely people, and they brought foot rot. They brought pink eye. They brought sore mouth. So in addition to the snails, we had all these other issues. And then on top of that, any animal that had any issues was attacked by flies. Like, it was a big shit show. And the songs, the music, and being able to record songs that inspired me, and like Feed the Faith, Starve the Doubt. Whew, that song like kept me going. And there's an old truism: what does not kill us makes us stronger. What does not kill us makes us stronger. And that's nature. Like, nature's all about, hey, if you can't make it, you're food for somebody else. Like, and that's nature loves the parasite. I've said this before. Nature loves the parasite as much as the animal that the parasite feeds on, right? We live in a world filled with viruses, parasites, bacteria, all kinds of things that are looking for their next meal, right? And we don't like it, but if you think about it, it is the most brilliant design, in that the predator keeps the flock healthy. In nature, any animal with a limp can't run as fast. They get taken out of the flock. And so now they aren't contaminating everybody else. It is such a hard thing for us. Some of my favorite sheep died. Sheep that I adored. Sheep that would come up to me and just make my day by wanting me to scratch behind their ears. Like, so there's an edge. There's an edge of sadness and wistfulness. There's an edge of loneliness and yearning. And there's an edge of joy. There's an edge of delight. And, moving my operation to the solar farms, the solar sites, has made all the difference. Like, I have a viable business now. I actually have a way to make a living that I enjoy. A way to make a living that stacks enterprises. I have a basic income from the solar sites, and I'm not fooling myself. They just want the lawn, the grass mowed. They really don't care about the sheep. Most of them. Some of them do. They just want somebody to keep the grass off of the solar panels, right? It's so simple, and they're willing to pay for that. And running sheep is good PR for them, and it helps the local communities accept the idea that, solar is taking farmland. But the reality is, the farmland that the solar is taking, around here anyway, is the worst farmland. It's either too wet or too dry. But I can use that to my advantage. The ones that are too dry are fine in the spring. The ones that are too wet are fine during a drought. So that gives me options. But again, until you start, until you begin, until you roll up your sleeves and make a commitment to the path, to any path, as long as it has heart, making a commitment to the path, you don't know where it's going to lead you, and there are going to be hard lessons. And that was this year. So, yeah, the sun just came up, just popped up over the edge of the hill on the first day of the new year. So I'm going to be quiet now, 16 minutes. And again, so few people will ever watch this, but I still need to do it. I think my ultimate piece of advice to anybody who has any kind of a dream is find where your deep passion meets the world's deep need, and then begin. Just begin. Find that place where your deep passion, the thing you obsess about, the thing you yearn to do, the thing that you long to do, the thing that calls you, that nags at you, that won't let you stop, that won't let you not do it. And just give into it, accept it, begin. And then when you come to an obstacle, find a way over it, around it, under it, or use it to adjust your direction. and take another step, and take another step, and then take another one. So the end of the year, I've been paid. I'm about to get a sheep handling system that will enable me, hopefully, to stay on top of the hooves and to be able to check the animals much more frequently and to do it by myself or with one other person without us risking being hurt, which is a huge thing. My friend Corey hurt his back, so like he was the one that was helping me with the sheep, and he was the one that would grab and hold the sheep. And with him out of the picture, like I can't do it. I can't take care of these animals unless I have something that I can get them, hold them safely, turn them so I can work on their hooves. Like it's so basic and it's so expensive, but it feels like I need to get the right thing, the quality thing. So the end of the year, the beginning of the year, here we go. The sun is shining in, and every day the sun rises, the earth turns. Every day, every week, every month, every year, we are given challenges that we don't often think we can handle, but we handle them. We grow, we learn, we adapt, we survive, and then hopefully we learn how to thrive. How to thrive. So thank you for all the support this year. Those of you who watch my videos, I'm so grateful. I don't know many of you, but I know you're out there, and just trying to tell the story in a way that's not as self-absorbed as I worry that it is, trying to share what I'm learning so that maybe people will understand why our food system basically sucks, not only for the animals, but for the land and for the people that are actually eating the food. You know, our healthcare system is fragile. Our food system is fragile. Our monetary system is failing us. There's a lot about to change. And for me, farming and music are the two things that I'm working on a little bit every single day. I don't know what you're working on, but thanks for joining us. And if there's anything that you want to learn about or hear about, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And 20 minutes, just sitting here 20 minutes. And I always have this feeling like no one's going to watch this. Why would anyone stop their busy life, their doom scrolling, to sit and listen to a guy talking in a chair about farming and music, about spirituality that isn't religious? Like, why would anybody do that? I don't know. That's my own crap, right? I'm going to put it up anyway. I'm going to put it out anyway. Thank you so much. Peace, love, grooviness. Amen. Have a great new year. Let's do this thing called life. Let's begin. Let's take another step. Let's support each other. Let's encourage each other to thrive in this crazy world. All right? Thanks. Bye. Amen.
So we have an artesian well, and the overflow never freezes because it's moving. And so the ducks always have water. I used to have their safety cage around it, but I needed to clean it out and clear it out, and so I moved it. So the water is warm. That's how they stay warm. Anyway, here we go. Happy New Year, 2026, Cowabunga Shazam. May the sun rise wonderfully in your life every day. May you learn, may you grow, may you spend your days with people who you truly enjoy, who love you, who care about you, who appreciate you, and let you know.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a special invitation? Are you waiting for permission from the nation? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Maybe you might want to start today. Maybe you might want to keep it going. Maybe you might want to take a chance. Maybe you might want to learn to dance. What are you waiting for? 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 You're gonna see it when you believe it. 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 What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You're gonna see it when you believe it.
She's doing her job.